Deuteronomy 22 and verse number 5. The woman shall not wear which pertaineth unto a man.
Right, so the woman can't wear what a man wear, read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So so men can't put on what women wear. That would be a dress. So vice versa. So what is a garment or apparel that women, a lot of women wear that is usually meant for the men? That y'all got on right now. It's an apparel. When you go to the bathroom, right? How can you tell? No.
Oh no, you're talking about the
No. So on the sign when you, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Everything I say, I mean it. For your how you know I'm bleeding. I've been trying to write my reasons. I've been ducking, dodging demons. Like, do you understand? I don't think they understand. I'ma make them understand, y'all. I gotta fight.
These people that's in Israel right now, that's bombing the Palestinians, that's bombing everybody for no reason. These are the people that stole our identity. They call themselves Jewish and they call themselves Israeli, right? Because they're acting like, or they're portraying to be the people of the book. So that's why it's very important for us, because every other nation, you look at this sign from 2 all the way down, every other nation of people know who they are. They have their culture, they know where they're from, right? They have all their aesthetics but us. We change our nationality, or we let them change our identity or our race every 20, 25 years. That's why we don't know who we are. So it's very important for our people to come back to know who we are, right? You have something that's called critical race theory, where they want to, basically say, or basically take away, that slavery was ever mentioned or created, or not created, but slavery was ever for our people, was not created. But what's the word I'm trying to say? That slavery ever happened. They want to delete this out of the school. They want to take this out of the books, right? Because they're afraid that if this history links up with the Bible, we'll identify who we are in the Bible. So read this. I said, give me the Deuteronomy 28:1. So we got this message is important. Our identity is because it's predicated upon our salvation. Our salvation is on the life because again, God gave the commandments to Moses, and Moses gave the commandments to us to keep. And if we kept God's commandments, the Lord said He will put us above all the other nations. And guess what? That promise or that covenant still stands to this day. It's up to us, but we have to educate our people and tell our people who we are. And once we know who we are, that's why you see America collapsing. That's why you see it. That's why you start to see banks collapsing, all these power outages, all these uproars and tornadoes and mudslides and tsunamis upon this place, because it's prophesied in the Bible that once we wake up to who we truly are, then America will collapse and be destroyed, and we will take over back in Israel. And thermonuclear missiles is prophesied in the Bible that's going to destroy America, right? But the Israelites, the people on this side right here, we're the only ones that can be saved from the destruction that's coming to America. So read this.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse number 1. And it shall come to pass that thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
You hear that? The Lord thy God will do what?
Will set thee on high.
We keep his commandments.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above all the other nations on this earth. That's a clear distinction. That's a clear difference than what they teach in the church and what they teach in school, how salvation is for everybody and everybody can be saved. The Lord said, once we come back and we keep his commands, we're going to be above all. And that's the kingdom of heaven. No more crying. Give me Revelation 21 and 4. No more crying, no more dying, no more suffering, no more pain, no more sorrows. All those things are going to be passed away. This is what we look forward to. Once I understood this and I read it, I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with knowing that I'm an Israelite. I'm cool with knowing that if I keep God's commandments, I have a chance to repopulate the earth all over again. And this is what we're looking. We don't have to worry about, being at the top in this world, because America's about to go. It's finished. Every captivity has failed, but the kingdom of heaven, which is for us, is going to rule forever. Read that.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 4. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death.
Right, so this is what's going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. When the Lord comes back, he said he's going to wipe away all tears from our eyes, from my eyes. And what else?
Neither sorrow,
No more death, no more sorrow,
nor crying,
no more crying,
neither shall there be any more pain.
no more pain. All that suffering and pain that we're going through, trying to find a job, trying to make a way, trying to figure out how we're gonna pay our bills and eat. We're not gonna have to worry about that. We're going to be in leadership. So, when I heard this, I went home and did backflips. Told my parents about it. Hey, I'm for real, cartwheels. Hey, you gotta understand, this Bible is for us. This is our history. This is our heritage. And this is what you gotta look forward to. Knowing that you gotta take black, African American, color. You gotta take those terms, flush it down the toilet. Don't ever think about it again. Understand you will be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah if your father's a so-called black man. Right, read this.
It's the book of
So real quick, so breaking God's commandments, this happened to us. So if breaking God's commandments put the curses on us, we have to start keeping His commandments. I'm giving you 3 commandments. I'm gonna let y'all go because I know it's cold outside. But these commandments are very important for us to start keeping in these last days.
Right.
On salvation. Read that.
Leviticus 11 and verse number 7. And the swine.
You know what swine is? Swine is pig or pork. Yes. You eat pork? Right. We all used to eat pork. Right. We didn't know any better, but the Lord is telling us this. So these commandments get us back on the right path. What we're supposed to be doing as Israelites and what we're not supposed to be doing. Give me.
Leviticus 11:7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven footed,
It has the attributes of a clean animal.
yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
The Lord said that the pig is unclean. Right. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
Don't eat and don't touch the pig, right? It's a very filthy, disgusting animal. So when you be willing to put down the pepperoni, the pork bacon, actually it's for your salvation.
Give it like a little minute.
You don't have to give it a minute. What if the Lord came back tomorrow?
Well, if he do that, then I'll put it down.
Oh, you can't wait till you ain't gonna make it if
Give
you
me
wait
the
till
end
the
of
last
the year.
minute.
Thanksgiving's coming up. I gotta eat.
Nah.
I gotta eat.
Give me some right time or something.
Hell no.
I'm gonna show you something real quick. Give me Isaiah
Right,
66
show
to
it.
15. Right, so we gotta understand that this is what our forefathers, Moses gave the commandments to our forefathers. You know what they did? They was like, okay, before Moses come back, let's hurry up and build a golden calf. That's what he did. That's what he did. He destroyed a lot of our people. They didn't even get to see the land that was flowing with milk and honey, meaning it was very fruitful and prosperous. A lot of our people got cut down because they chose to serve a golden calf rather than keep God's commandments. So guess what? When the Lord comes back, right? When the Lord comes back, guess what? A lot of our people will be like, you know what? I just want to taste that damn ham with the cranberry sauce and the stuffing and the cherries and the pineapples on it. Just one last time. Read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7.
Bring it out.
It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Right, the Lord said, hey, don't wait till the last minute. Come back to the Lord. Read.
And put not off from day to day.
Right.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord,
It said, for suddenly, meaning at any instant,
shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. And in thy security,
right, when you think you safe, read.
thou shalt be destroyed.
Right, so the Lord said, hey, don't put that off from day to day. That moment you think that you're safe, hey, he come back and destroy you.
Right.
Right, read this.
Is the book of Isaiah 66 and verse number 17. 15, and it reads, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
So the Lord is coming back in his chariots, right? What comes out of these chariots is fire. Right, cue read.
Reading on, and it says, to render his anger with fury.
The Lord is coming back angry because a lot of people are going to be disobedient and with the other nations that put him on the cross, that crucified. Read.
And his rebuke with flames of fire.
His rebuke is correction with flames of fire.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The Lord said the slain of the Lord is going to be many.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden, behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
If you eating swine's flesh or pig or pork, what's going to happen?
And the abomination
Any abominable foods.
and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
That saith the Lord. So you want to come, you don't want to, wait till the last minute because the Lord will kill you. if you think that you got, because tomorrow's not promised to us. At all. The Lord can, judge us at any minute. So, it's very important. Again, this is what happened to our people. You got to think about this. It's not because these other nations were stronger than us as to why these things happen. Even to our northern kingdom, you got ICE happening to our people right now. To our northern kingdom brothers, that's why ICE is attacking them. Our northern kingdom, the so-called Native Americans and Mexicans, these things happen to them too. It's because they refuse to do the same thing. They want to continue to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, serve white Jesus. So this is the penalty we pay for being seafood, shrimp, crab, and lobster.
Big buffy.
Yeah. So, keep reading on that. So, go back to Leviticus.
Leviticus 11 and verse number 8. Verse 9. These shall ye eat that are all in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales, in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So it says, whatever has fins and scales in the waters, and the rivers, and the seas, you can eat it. But if it don't have fins and scales, we don't.
Verse 11. Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and the rivers, and move in the waters of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
The Lord said these things are an abomination, meaning he hates it. So if it don't have fins and scales, like I said, shrimp, crab, and lobster, calamari, and oysters, those will be a sin. Those are like the garbage disposal of the water. They're there to clean up the bottom of the ocean floor, the poop. Right? They're like the cockroaches of the sea.
Right.
You wouldn't eat a cockroach in your house, or a roach, or a spider, would you? Exactly. So why would you eat it that come out the water?
Right. Nasty.
So as Israelites, this is what you get. You get the kingdom of heaven in return. The Lord said, give me Baruch 4:1. The Lord, that's an even trade. The Lord said, no shrimp, crab, and lobster, keep the Sabbath day. A couple other commandments as well. But then after that, if you do this, I'm gonna give you the whole world, and you're gonna live forever. That's a damn good trade, if you ask me. As opposed to these other nations, they're gonna be in subordinate to us, in subjection. Guess what? You being a princess, if you make the kingdom of heaven, you get to tell them whatever you. If you want them to pair your nails, if you want them to make you a damn T-shirt, if you want them to do whatever you want them to do, they're gonna be at your beck and call. You whistle, they'll come running to you. This is what's coming to, and this is what we have to tell our people. This is how important it is to be an Israelite. The Lord chose you.
Right.
He chose you from the foundations of the earth, and he could have made you a damn so-called white woman.
Right. Yeah.
That would burn, literally. That's what's coming to them. So read this.
It's the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1. Bring it out. This is the book of the commandments of God.
Right.
And the law that endureth forever.
Right.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
Wait a minute, the Lord said all that what?
All they that keep it shall come to life.
Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
Right, so if you leave off from these commandments, you're going to die. It's just like that. The Lord gave us, give me 2 Ezra 7 and 20. The Lord gave us straightforward commandments to what we got to live as Israelites. And if we don't, why would you want to? The Lord don't want to kill us. He really don't. He just like you got parents. Your parents told you to do A, B, and C. Make sure you clean your room, do the dishes, go to school, make sure you in by 10 o'clock. That's it. They might get you with something. But if you don't do what your parents say, there's consequences and repercussions. And how much more would our Heavenly Father? Read this.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7, verse 20. For there be many that perish in this life.
So the Lord said, give me 2 Ezra 8:3. The Lord said, it's going to be many people that perish in this life. Read. Perish means to die.
Because they despise the law of God,
right,
that is set before them.
Right, this is talking about the commandments for the Israelites. Read.
For God hath given straight commandment.
He gave us what?
Straight commandment.
He gave us religion and everything else. He gave us straightforward commandments
to such as came what they should do to live.
Right, what we got to do to live.
Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
Avoid punishment.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him.
This is what happened. Our people, we weren't obedient. Read.
were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways.
Read verse 10.
Verse 10, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world.
See that? He said, for our sakes, Israel, he made the world for us. Really wasn't made for everybody. It's because of our transgressions, our sins, that he gave it to these other nations.
Right.
But at the beginning, he made the world for us, and then until we transgress.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you one more commandment. Give me Exodus 20. You can drop that. Give me Exodus 22 and 5. I mean Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Right. I know that's the last one. I know y'all cold, but again, this commandments is our heritage, right?
Deuteronomy 22 and verse number 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear which pertaineth unto a man.
Right. So the woman can't wear what a man wear. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So men can't put on what women wear. That would be a dress. So vice versa. So what is a garment or apparel that women, a lot of women wear that is usually meant for the men? That y'all got on right now. It's an apparel. When you go to the bathroom, right? How can you tell? No.
Oh no, you're talking about the
No. So on the sign when you, yes.
Oh.
Yes. So guess what? You have to put on a dress,
Right.
right? Princesses wear dresses,
Right.
right? Does that make sense? That makes sense? Yeah, because when you see women, and it shouldn't just be on women's wedding day, but when women get married, you see a lot of women with dresses on. Even when you watch these, these movies, Princess Tiara and all of these princesses, they have on what? I'm sorry, Tiana. Yeah, you can correct me. I'm not a big fan of, women's TV shows, but yeah. So yeah, like you said, a lot of you see a lot of women with dresses. Even going back in the ancient days, and even before slavery, the women wore dresses.
Right.
It wasn't until the women's rights movement,
Feminist movement.
the feminist movement, where they started, rolling up their sleeves and said they could do, anything that men could do. They started putting on pants.
Right.
That was kind of pressed on our people. So we got to understand that, dresses is part of our, and it has always been part of the Israelite culture. So, they got pretty dresses out here for women. You can spice it up a little bit. But, when you have on jeans and tight-fitted pants, it tends to show your curves and your, everything else. When you got your, not saying y'all do, but in the summertime, a lot of women have their, tank tops and they, and stuff. Now, it's really it really entices men and causes men to lust. And lust is actually a sin. Right.
Isn't that man's fault?
Well, what you have on is, causing men to lust. That's why you have to put on the dress.
Because a woman can wear literally anything. Like how, actually, women get raped in literally anything. What I'm wearing right now, somebody could literally just see me and still think about raping me. It doesn't matter what I wear.
So,
I understand that it's a sin for me to be wearing like certain type of stuff.
Right.
But at the same time, it's
Give me,
men's issue that they lust over what they're
give me additions to Esther 15 and 5. And give me Judith 8 and verse number 7. You can bring it out.
It's the book, History of Susanna, right?
So at the end of the day, no matter, if a man does it or not, as long as what you're doing, what you're supposed to be doing, then that's all that matters.
Right.
If the Lord told you to put on a dress, just put on a dress. That's the whole point. But read this.
It's the book of the history of Susanna, right? Chapter 1, verse 7. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk, and the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her. and they perverted their own mind and turned away their eyes, that they might not look unto heaven nor remember just judgments. And albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet durst not one shew another his grief. All right, that's the point. Gone. Right on. For they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. So Susanna, she had on a dress, but there was still man lusting. At this point, it's the man's fault, but it still don't take away the fact that you still have to put on a dress, because it's gonna be more men staring at you. But to the fact that it was only two men staring at her, it's still our responsibility for the man to look away.
When you read on, the Lord, you know, he dealt with those two men as well. So,
So why don't he deal with the men that are lusting over women right now?
or he do. You just don't know it, but he deals with them. You might not know what happened. You know, you don't know what the Lord's judgment is, but you know the Lord deals with you know men and women who you know who go off knowingly. Now, if you don't know, that's different. But that's why we come out here and teach our people, you know, what's right and what's wrong. You know, we teach them the laws of God. Read that. I mean, you got something? You got a point?
Yeah, they do. I mean, look at R. Kelly. I mean, he lusts at the woman. Look when he got judged. It took a long time, but the Lord waits until your sin reached the heavens. Okay, you still doing it, then you get punished. Look how many pedophiles that got locked up.
Right.
You know. So even though you may not see with your own eyes, but you can just look it up and you see the judgments of the Lord.
The Lord judges people every day. You know, you might not see it. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to say too, dressing more provocatively wouldn't help the situation either. So just because a man would lust, even after, like the brother brought out, a woman after a dress, dressing more revealing wouldn't help the situation. It would either further deepen that. It's like you telling me, okay, I'm going to rob a bank. Well, you're going to do it anyway, so I might as well just go with you. That makes no sense. You should be trying to stop the situation as much as you can. So putting on a dress will help the situation a lot more for men and for women as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a commandment. And, you know, if we want salvation, give me Matthew 19:16. You know, if we want salvation, you know, it's predicated upon us keeping God's commandments.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life,
If you want to enter into life, if you want everlasting life, what we got to do?
keep the commandments.
Keep the commandments.
So at the end of the day, it's our job, it's our duty to keep God's commandments. Because again, we made a covenant. We said, if we keep it, if all that you give us, Lord, we will do. After we made a blood covenant with the Most High, whose real name is Yahweh. The Son's name is Yahweh Shai. And he said that we told him that we would keep his commandments. That was a contract, a blood oath. And in return, he would give us the kingdom. However, if you don't want to do that, then again, there's going to be judgments and repercussions. It's going to be like the purge on this earth. What you see right now with all the insurrections and seditions and the protests and the riots, it's only going to get worse.
Right.
It's going to get worse and worse and worse until it's going to be like the purge, where it's going to be lawlessness. You're going to have police officers. They're going to be protecting their families. They're not going to be able to protect you. So we're just trying to, these actually commandments, these actually protect you. The Lord is going to protect you. He just wants you to do what he told you to do.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. You got any questions? You got to be thinking about it a lot.
I'm thinking about a lot, but it's okay because it's not going to change your view. From my view, I think about all the children that have to deal with this stuff. And y'all just telling me that.
Say that one more time.
I think about all the children that have to deal with this stuff, not just women and men also. So it doesn't really matter if we're dressed or not.
You said it doesn't matter if you want to dress or not?
Yeah, men and children, it doesn't really matter.
Right. So you don't think this is real?
Oh, of course I can do that.
So this happened because we neglected to keep God's commandments. So the Lord punishes people who don't listen. That's the point.
Right.
Why would you punish the child?
Why would he punish a child? You do what he want to do. Give me 1 Samuel 2:6. See, so the Lord has more bodies than any Jeffrey Dahmer, any killer on this world. In this world, we got what that guy kills.
Even children for no reason.
Well, I mean, you gotta understand. He creates too. Read this.
You guys there 45%.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2.
We gotta understand the power of our Creator. Right. If He's telling us He's gonna give us everlasting life, to me, honestly, I just want to do what you tell me to do. That's it. Because if read this.
1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Right? He created you. He didn't have to, but He created you, and He giving you a chance to receive salvation at the end of the day.
Right.
The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Right. He raises people up and He brings people down from the grave. Read.
The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich.
He can make somebody poor. He can make somebody rich. He can make you a billionaire. He can make you poor. And you don't know, a lot of these billionaires, they suffer. A lot of the billionaires, they're not going to receive the kingdom of heaven. But a lot of our people that walk through that's poor, guess what? They actually say they're going to repent and keep God's commandments. They can have a chance to everlasting life, and they're going to be rich. Read.
Right? It says, right, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
He bringeth low and lifteth up.
He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Proverbs 11:1. So what you got to understand, our God is a just God, right? You got light, you got day, you got evil, you got good. The Lord deals with just balance. So that's why it's very important to understand that, just as many people as you see die, or babies, or adults, right? The Lord's can, we have something called regeneration in the Bible. So in the Bible, we've actually been here before. The Lord regenerates people every third or fourth generation. So we got to understand, we don't know what we did in our past lives either.
Right.
So you got to understand, even though if it's a baby, hey, guess what? Hey, the Lord might bring that baby back again and be an Israelite that receives everlasting life. We don't know that. But all we have to do, we have to understand that we can control what we can control. And if the Lord got you right here to receive the commandments and understand that you're an Israelite, you got to be happy about it. You got to be ecstatic about that. Read that.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is an abomination.
So the Lord hates anything that's false. You can't have, all just wickedness on this earth. Or you just can't have all good. The Lord doesn't like it like that. He wants a just balance. Right, read?
A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight.
He likes something that's just, right? That's equal, that's balanced. Okay. So if He kills baby, He gotta kill adults. If He kills adults, He gonna have to kill babies. That's just how it is. You gotta preach something?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 11. Even a child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right.
So even a child could, go off. A child could, do wrong. Right? Read this.
It's the book of Isaiah 45 and verse number 7.
That's why we need commandments to straighten us out. These commandments get us on the right path.
Right.
I read.
Verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Right.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
The Lord creates peace. He creates evil. Right? I mean, that's just like, give me Romans 9 and 17. Read this.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 29. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill. I kill.
God does what?
I kill.
A lot of people, they don't know the power of the Lord. He kills. Read.
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
The Lord, He heals people too. Right now, what you're getting right now is you're getting a spiritual healing because our people are spiritually and mentally sick.
Right.
And so when we tell our people this message, it actually give our people hope. Because a lot of our people in the hood, give me Jeremiah 18 and verse 12. See, a lot of our people, they don't believe that they have hope because of the situations and the predicament that they're in. They don't know that it's all predicated upon breaking His commandments. But once they come back into this knowledge of the truth to understand that they're Israelites, God's chosen people, then there's hope for them. Give me Jeremiah 31